Hello gamers, Tonester here again with another ace tanker, this time in the Sheridan. We're on Paris, of course we're top tier because we're in a tier 10. There are some tier 8s and 9s, and let's go ahead and get started. Paris is one of those maps that can be good for light tanks if you take a lot of risks, but I don't like to take huge risks at the beginning of the game, especially in this thing because it's so big. So I'm just going to go to the standard scouting position and see what I can spot, and then find out kind of what's going on with the rest of the map, basically where the tanks are. So this is just kind of a standard location. I'm turning around to run just in case I get lit for some reason. And I've got a AMX 30 kind of here with me for backup, and then Waffle and a few other tanks basically out in the field, UDES and STA and stuff. So we've got a fair amount of stuff here. I do not fire on this Lorraine because I don't want to get lit at this point. A lot of times if you fire and then you back off, then you pull back up, they will blind fire you, and I don't want them to know that it's me lighting them. That AMX keeps popping up, and so I'm assuming that he's getting lit. But then I see the Waffle out here. I don't know why he pulled quite so far out, and unfortunately we do just track him out there, which is, that thing has no armor. But now we're just waiting to get unlit. That's what we do. Just wait and get unlit. And I purposely knocked this tree over because I want to move to another position away from where that tree is, so that if they do blind fire, I'm hoping that they'll blind fire that bush there that I knocked over. So we do get lit. We've got a Centurion 1 in a pretty poor position, and we're trying to get a shot on him, and I miss because it reloads too late. But so I make the mistake and go up too high, and of course immediately get punished. Fortunately, only by one tank. So we're kind of locked into place until this guy dies, which is fine. We're taking low percentage shots on him, but because we're on a hill, on the side of a hill, and we're fairly protected from Artie. I wouldn't say completely, but fairly. So that I noticed that AMX 30 pops up and doesn't even get shot at, and I would assume that he was lit, but we take a poor shot there and miss, and we're just playing light tank. Nothing too crazy, just waiting our 10 seconds, get unlit, and repeat. But I noticed not a lot is shooting at us here, so I have a feeling we've got the middle kind of controlled, and so I just have a feeling it's time to move up, because I haven't seen too much. So we do move up, and we're trying to keep the buildings or the crane between us and the enemy, and also that hill. Try and stay deflated. And we spot their light tank as well. So we're just feeling back and forth, and we see their Artie, and if we could take their Artie out, that is going to help us a lot, and we get a nice little shot on him. So this RU makes a classic mistake of coming up and over when he's permalit, and he takes some damage. And we haven't been shot at from like A line at all, so I'm assuming there's really nothing out there. So that kind of gives me the cue to move up. And this Panther 2 here, of course, and then they've got a grill as well. So the Panther 2 makes a mistake of pushing over. I don't know why he would do that with as many tanks as we have out there. And I'm able to see that the grill is not facing me, so I try and hit him with a track shot. Doesn't quite work, but that's fine. and the grill just fired. I heard him fire. So when you hear him fire, you know you got 14 seconds or something, 12 to 14 seconds. So we pull out, get a free shot on him. So we're up to 3,300 assist, and I had HE loaded there, and it didn't quite work out, but that's fine. So the grill fires again, and we just look for another tracking shot, and I'm relatively certain that I can get another shot off, and we do before he reloads. But nevertheless, we had the hit points to take the hit, and it's 11-6 now, so I'm fairly certain we're going to win this game. We've got good map control, and I see this STA-1 is coming back, but he's coming back alone. So we're going to go ahead and attack him. Usually, an STA going into that heavy side, I'm not sure why he would ever do that. Therefore, and he's just flat ignoring me. Looks like bat chat's out of rounds, but usually if you catch somebody that is doing something like that, that they go to heavy side and they really don't belong there, they're probably not the best player. Either they're very good or they're pretty poor. So I don't know why I'm playing kind of cat and mouse with this guy. I just am. We're able to pick up that last kill. We end up with 3,000 damage and 3,500 spotting, which is kind of surprising. In a tier 10, 6.5k combined would be a ace mastery. But let's go ahead and look at the after action report. We'll look through it. Okay, here we are at the after action report. We, of course, got an ace, like I said before. We did a little bit of spotting, not all that much, but we spotted a fair amount for damage, and we did some tracking damage and like that, but we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks. So we ended up with a top gun as well for the 6 kills, 2,900 damage, 1,176 base XP is not very high for a mastery badge, but I think this tank, it's not a very strong tank, so it doesn't take a huge amount to get an ace in it. We didn't fire any premium rounds, so we ended up making 16,000 credits, even though we fired 19 shots and only hit 13 and penned 11. So we have kind of a 2-to-1 hit to pen ratio, but some of those shots were pretty chancy on those guys in the middle. But anyway, I appreciate you watching the game, and if you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great for more content. I apologize I haven't put too much up lately, but we're going to try and get back into putting games up. I got a T71 game coming up that's pretty action-packed, so hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you next time.